our meeting to order. This is a regular meeting of the Mayor and Borough Council of the Borough of Seaside Park in the County of Ocean, State of New Jersey, held on Thursday, July 17, 2025, advertised to begin at the conclusion of the work session meeting, which has just now ended. Pursuant to the provisions of New Jersey's Open Public Meetings Act, adequate notice of this meeting was properly provided by transmitting the notice of the meeting for publication in the Asbury Park Press and the Ocean Star on January 3, 2025. Notice of the meeting of the governing body also has been posted in the corridor of the municipal building and in the office of the municipal clerk. Roll call.
Councilmember Immobile?
Here.
Councilmember Condos?
Here.
Councilmember Connor?
Here.
Councilmember Kraft?
Here.
Councilmember Rotunda?
Here.
Council President Wilk?
Here.
Mayor Peterson?
Here.
Thank you.
Let us all now rise for a moment of silence to be followed by a pledge of allegiance. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The first item on the agenda is request for approval of the minutes, June 30th, 2025, a work session, June 30th, 2025, a regular meeting. Any questions, comments from council? If not, a motion?
I'll make that motion, Mayor.
Motion by Council President Wilk.
I'll second it, Mayor.
Second by Councilmember Connor. Roll call.
Council President Wilk?
Yes.
Councilmember Connor?
Yes.
Councilmember Immobile?
Yes.
Councilmember Condos?
Yes.
Councilmember Kraft?
Yes.
Councilmember Rotunda?
Yes.
Motion approved.
And the next, we have special meeting minutes that of June 30th, 2025, a closed executive session. Is there a motion?
I'll make the motion, Mayor.
Motion by Councilmember Immobile,
Second?
second by Councilmember Kraft. Roll call.
Councilmember Immobile?
Yes.
Councilmember Kraft?
Yes.
Councilmember Condos?
Yes.
Councilmember Connor?
Yes.
Councilmember Rotunda?
Yes.
Council President Wilk?
Yes.
Motion approved.
Next on the agenda are ordinances. Final reading and adoption, ordinance 225-18, which is amending chapter 435 entitled Vehicles and Traffic. And this comes about as a result of the ongoing review through our police department of those individuals who are eligible for what have been designated in the statute handicap person designation, restricted parking, the residences, and the proofs having been submitted with the placards, and this designates those particular parking spots eligible. Anything else from council on this is second reading? Hearing none, we'll go into the audience if there are any public questions, comments as to final reading ordinance 225-18. If anyone has them, if they could come forth, give their name and address to the microphone. Hearing none, I would close the public portion and I'd entertain a motion from council as to second reading and adoption ordinance 225-18.
Make the motion, Mayor.
Motion by Councilmember Condos,
Second?
second by Councilmember Rotunda. Roll call.
Councilmember Condos?
Yes.
Councilmember Rotunda?
Yes.
Councilmember Immobile?
Yes.
Councilmember Connor?
Yes.
Councilmember Kraft?
Yes.
Council President Wilk?
Yes.
Motion approved.
Next are authorizations. The first, Team Randy Adaptive Surfing, July 28th, August 13th. Rain dates July,
It should be the 29th.
should be 29th, a typo, and one day later on August 14th. Time 9 a.m. to 3 on the 13th Avenue Beach. Second is a block party, and that being August 16th for the rain date, August 17th, 4:30 to 10, 10th Avenue, Barnegat Avenue, Bayview Avenue. And the third, Bonani Wedding, date of August 7th, 6:30 to 7:30. And there's a typo, it's Ocean Beach and D Street. It's not Ocean Beach and North Avenue, it's Ocean Beach and D Street. That being said, any comments, questions from council as to any of the three authorizations? Or if not, a motion?
I'll make the motion, Mayor.
Motion for approval by Councilmember Connors.
Second, Mr. Mayor.
Todd? Second by Councilmember Ammerville. Roll call?
Councilmember Connor,
Yes.
Councilmember Anfield,
Yes.
Councilmember Condos,
Yes.
Councilmember Kraft,
Yes.
Councilmember Rotunda,
Yes.
Council President Wilk,
Yes.
motion approved.
Next, the resolutions I'll read in summary fashion. 225-262, a resolution to extend the grace period for third quarter taxes. 263, amending Resolution 225-162 and authorizing the award of a non-fair and open contract to Integrated Technical Systems, Inc. for the maintenance of parking kiosks. 264, authorizing certain special law enforcement officers. 265, authorizing the award of a non-fair and open contract to Ocean County Power Sports for the purchase of 2 all-terrain vehicles. 266, authorizing the increase to the bid threshold as per the discussion at the work session. 267, authorizing change order number 2 for Dr. Paul Bologna to conduct SAV survey for Bayfront Wave Energy Dissipation Project. 268, appointing seasonal employees for the Department of Beach Patrol. 269, authorizing the purchase of a police vehicle and equipment from New Jersey State Contracts 20-Fleet-00189, 17-Fleet-00761, and 17-Fleet-00766. 270, authorizing Class 2 Special Law Enforcement Officers for the calendar year 2025. 271, authorizing the adjustment of a designated water sewer utility account. 272, authorizing the award of a non-fair and open contract for solar lights. Any questions, comments from any council members on any of the resolutions?
I have a couple comments.
Yes.
On Resolution 267, that's for Dr. Paul Bologna. There's additional $2,070 for the total contract of $11,716. And that's for him to conduct another SAB survey to complete the survey. Then I think we'll be done with the SAB surveys so that we could complete the submittal to the Army Corps of Engineers.
Thank you, Bill.
The second one is the Resolution 272, and that has to do with the solar lights. This is for the Fifth Avenue Pier and the Marina. We'll be placing these on top of the JCP&L poles once we've finally got the paperwork straightened out so that we're the owners of it. And some electrical wires have been removed from the pier.
Surface.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you, Bill. Any other comments, questions from council on any resolutions?
Mayor, I was just going to add, and I appreciate that you clarified that, Bill, because I was asking about the SAV thing as well, because I know the last time I was probably like the broken record saying, are we going to stop paying for this? So I asked why there was the incremental. My understanding is that the estimate of the amount of hours that it was going to take to complete the survey was actually underestimated, and that was the rationale for it, so I understand that now. The other thing I just wanted to make a comment of, just more for our, administrative team, is I'm thrilled that we now have Jamie's paperwork in here that shows for every single, resolution that it certifies the availability of funds and which account it's coming from. And I think that's a great addition to the operations of how we manage our budget. And so I just wanted to say thank you for that, because I think it's the first time we've had it in a pack, and I noticed it right away, and it's very, very helpful.
She's improving a lot of processes.
Yeah, I think
Thank
it's
you,
wonderful.
Jen. Any other questions, comments from council on any resolutions? Hearing none, it's our practice to allow any public comments on resolutions that are not required by law. If anyone has a comment on a resolution, if they could give their name and address on the record and make that, yes, Michelle?
Michelle Miller, 1500 Lake Avenue. First of all, thank you, Dina, for bringing up that question. I was thinking about that myself. The second one is just a comment. I was speaking to two of the neighbors on south side from the marina, and they were saying that there's a problem with some people across the bay with bright lights. So I know you're putting up solar lights, and obviously, you know, something was there before, but if you would consider the fact that people across the street, it might, you know, bother them if it's bright lights facing them.
It is, it's LED lights that shine down.
These will not produce any light pollution.
Okay, great, thank you.
Thank you, Michelle.
They're replaced.
Any other comments on resolutions? Hearing none, I would close the public portion and I would entertain a motion from council as a consent agenda.
I'll make the motion, Mayor.
Motion by Councilmember Kraft,
I'll second it, Mayor.
second by Councilmember Connors. Roll call.
Councilmember Kraft,
Yes.
Councilmember Connor,
Yes.
Councilmember Anfield,
Yes.
Councilmember Condos,
Yes.
Councilmember Rotunda,
Yes.
Council President Wilk,
Yes.
motion approved.
And the next item on the agenda, payment of claims, 225-273, approving payment of the itemized claims as set forth on the check registry bill list for the time period July 1, 2025 to July 17, 2025. Any comments from council? If not, a motion.
I'll make the motion, Mayor.
Motion by Councilmember Kraft,
Second?
second by Councilmember Rotunda. Roll call.
Councilmember Kraft,
Yes.
Councilmember Rotunda,
Yes.
Councilmember Anfield,
Yes.
Councilmember Condos,
Yes.
Councilmember Connor,
Yes.
Council President Wilk,
Yes.
motion approved.
Next is a budget resolution. It's 225-274, rescinding resolution 225-123 as required by the state. Any questions, comments?
Yeah, I'd like to speak to that.
Sure.
The state has mandated that we rescind the 2025 adopted budget. And the reason is because after we had submitted the annual financial statement for 2024, they discovered that there were some over expenditures that had occurred in 2024. And when that happens, the requirement is to any over expenditures that occur in that previous year that gets moved forward to the next year, which is 2025. We had submitted the annual financial statement basically in June, and typically it's done in early March, so that the state has some time to review the AFS before we go ahead and adopt the budget. But we were behind a little bit, so we issued the AFS a little late, and that's why they're saying that now that we have some over expenditures. There were over expenditures in both the water, sewer, as well as the current funds. What's going to happen is that in the next meeting, we will move on and move forward to generate a new budget. And the following this meeting is rescinding it. Next meeting, we'll issue it, and then will be a public meeting in the second meeting after that. The dates are 8/7 will be the resolution introduction, and 8/21 will be the public hearing and final adoption. Let's see what else I want to say about that. I guess that pretty much covers it.
Thank you, Bill. Any other comments from council? If not, is there a motion?
I'll make that motion, Mayor.
Motion by Council President Wilk,
Second?
second by Councilmember Kraft. Roll call.
Council President Wilk,
Yes.
Councilmember Kraft,
Yes.
Councilmember Anfield,
Yes.
Councilmember Condos,
Yes.
Councilmember Connor,
Yes.
Councilmember Rotunda,
Yes.
motion approved.
That concludes the written agenda. Are there any other items from council at this time?
Mayor, I just have a short report from the Public Works Committee. Over the holiday week of the 4th of July, there was 9.55 tons of recycling material went to the Ocean County plant and 87.98 tons of garbage. It's quite a bit of garbage. Also, Public Works is in the Summer Road where they're maintaining the town and the beaches. At this point, that's what we're working on. And that's my report.
Thank you, Marty. Anything else from council?
I have a small report. We held a boardwalk reconstruction meeting on Tuesday, and it has to do with the start of the construction, which will be occurring on September 2nd. Vulcan Construction will be doing the work. This is the section of the boardwalk that will start from Fifth Avenue and go to Island Avenue. This particular contract, this is number 1 of 3. The first one is for $4.367 million. And the planned start date, as I said, was September 2nd, and the end date is anticipated to be February 28th. We have to stop the boardwalk construction before any piping plover kind of action is going on. It's going to be a sequenced project where they rip up and they do some pile driving and then they just keep moving down, kind of like a wave as they described it. The plan is to work between 8 a.m. and 4:30 p.m. They also plan initially to be working on Saturdays to get ahead of it, so that if they run into bad weather down the road, they'll be a little ahead of the curve. So Saturdays initially is very possible. And 4th and 5th Avenue street side is where the construction setup staging will be. They'll also be moving the pavilions during the construction and setting them back, and that'll be done by Vulcan Construction and not our guys. And the contract for this work is going to be signed tonight. That's all I have.
Thank you, Bill. Anything else from council?
Mayor, I just wanted to give a brief update. I know we talked about it last time. There's always questions about what we're doing with the proposal from the Seaside Park Board of Ed. And as part of our, ongoing discussions, I did meet with June Korzaneski, who's the president of the board, and she's taking, some information back to the full board and to their attorney. And I did touch base with her today, and she said their next meeting is August 18th, so hopefully, coming out of that meeting, we'll get some feedback.
Very good. Thank you. Anything else from council?
Mr. Mayor, I have the police report for the month of June. Seaside Park Police Department handled 845 calls for service during the month of June. There were 211 motor vehicle stops, 80 motor vehicle summons issued, parking summons were 665. Traffic accidents, there were 13 reported, 3 injuries, 1 hospital transport. 1 crash resulted in a subject striking the guardrail at approximately 80 miles an hour. The driver was a 17-year-old youth who was observed doing approximately 100 miles an hour coming down the barrier island. There's 1 domestic violence incident, 1 arrest, 23 emergency first aid calls were answered. There were 3 total arrests. Background investigations, 3 firearms background investigations were done, 4 employment background investigations were done. Employee training during the month of June, the JIF update training, which is mandatory, was done by Lieutenant Fitzgerald. The method of instruction was done by Patrolman Besnecker. There were no internal affairs investigations for the month of June. The Detective Bureau handled the secondary luring of a juvenile, resulting in 1 arrest. And there is an active investigation of underage photos, which is in progress.
Thank you, Jerry.
Thank you.
And Joe?
I got some, Mr. Mayor, from the rec side and tourism side. Our Seaside Park Softball League and Jeff Potter, who's been running the league for quite some time, as we all know. He is the league, but, so are the players, but Jeff does it. So I just wanted to share with you, a lot of you know that already, but just want to share with the group that, and this is a letter, I'll say it, to Jeffrey Potter and the Seaside Park Softball League from the New Jersey USA Softball Hall of Fame. Dear Mr. Jeffrey Potter, at a recent meeting of the USA Softball Hall of Fame of the New Jersey Selection Committee, Seaside Park Softball League was voted to receive the USA Softball of New Jersey Community Hall of Fame Award. That's very nice. It's very prestigious for that group. USA Softball Hall of Fame of New Jersey exists to pay tribute to those who have made outstanding contributions to the game of amateur softball in the state of New Jersey. You will be recognized and honored at an induction ceremony on 10/19/2025 at Battleground Country Club in Manalapan, New Jersey. So that's a very prestigious honor for our group, our town, our league, for Jeff, and all the players present and past. So I just wanted to share that with you. If you see Jeff, maybe just give him a thumbs up.
Very good.
Last week, the softball league had our annual old timers game, and both the mayor and I participated. Neither one of us suffered any serious injuries.
Well, you're just standing now, aren't you? And the last thing I just want to say is this Saturday, Boots on the Bay, our third annual Boots on the Bay is this Saturday from 3 to 8 p.m. The J Street Marina Lawn, so be there, a couple bands, some beers, vendors, food trucks and everything. I've been to, and probably a lot of you have too, past a couple ones, and it's a great time. Everybody looks forward to it, so try to get out there and support everybody and have a good time from 3 to 8 on Saturday. Boots on the Bay.
Thank you, Joe.
Thank you, Joe.
Yep.
Anything else from council at this time?
No, Mayor.
Hearing none, we'll go into the audience if there are any public comments. If anyone has them, they could give their name and address into the record. And yes, Edie?
Plank 48 11th Avenue. A couple of questions. Where are they going to put the pavilions when they take them off the boardwalk? Do we ever?
They don't remove them too far, they only get them out of the way.
Okay, you're right, I'm thinking that. Is the boardwalk, the new part, is that going to be trucks?
Yes, I should have mentioned, yeah, they're gonna pull everything out, the piling is the undercarriage and the decking, of course, and it will be trucks again to match what's ready there on the south side.
Which is nicer to ride your bike on, I have to say.
Oh, yeah.
Next, congrats to the softball league. I think that's awesome.
That's nice.
I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
Which brings me to recreation. And I know I feel like I'm, beating the dead horse. But I noticed in the announcement for the Boots on the Bay that it's listed as the recreation department. And I've been told how many times we do not have a recreation department. So has that changed? Do we now have one?
No, not really.
So why do we keep calling it a recreation department if we don't have one? Because that, I think, leads people to think, I don't know what they think, but.
Well, it is a team effort, I'll say that, so I don't know what you call it department. There's no
Yeah.
official department.
I mean,
Well, I know.
Committee,
the
you can
The
call it.
reason
whatever.
we've asked is because there have been times when maybe some event that people, not necessarily me, but people have thought that it could be covered under the umbrella of the recreation department, but that's when we find out there is no recreation department. Okay, I just got that. All right, here's another question I have. Do we have an operating historical society? I saw where they were co-sponsors of the parade, and as I was a member up through last year, and I didn't know anything about it. I would have helped out, but I didn't know anything about it. Do we have an operating historical society?
Yes.
Yeah, I believe it's Chuck and Nancy and
We do, because I haven't heard anything about it, and I'm a member.
Well, I know I think they're looking for volunteers for Boots on the Bay. I think they have their historical materials that they've had at other events.
We haven't had a meeting since last August.
I don't know about general membership. There's been a trustee meeting or an officers meeting to authorize a grant application. I do know that occurred.
Who would I get in touch with about this?
I
Is
would
Mrs.
just write a letter and
Is Mrs.
say you want to have a meeting of, I would trigger the process, I would assume,
To whom do I address the letter?
the president.
Who's the current president?
The president, Bonnie Peterson's the president, VP Joe Toth,
He's the treasurer.
oh, you're the VP of the other, sorry, Joe, yeah, sorry, Joe's the treasurer. Bonnie's the president, VP is Sharon France, you're the treasurer, and the
Ann is something.
secretary is Ann. I was working my way down. Ann was the secretary. Yes,
Okay,
that's the 4 officers.
Okay. And I guess my last question is the kind of the biggest one. With the recent court deciding that South Seaside Park can choose to withdraw from Berkeley Township, and based on what I've heard, they want to become part of Seaside Park. What's the process for that, and how do people start to understand all that's involved? And, I mean, there's a lot, as you can imagine, there's a lot of chatter about it, and this one says this, and this one says that, and they'll want sidewalks, and they want that, and we can't give them this, and blah, blah, blah. So my question is, I guess basically, how is the public going to be kept informed about this process?
So at the end of the day, it's pending a potential litigation to be discussed in executive session, but procedurally, to answer your question, the statute provides that they need to file a petition with the Borough of Seaside Park to annex under statutory, which they've now done.
Oh, they have, okay.
They have done. So I think we received it, Jenna, this week. So they filed their petition to annex, and they included all the material that they provided in the lawsuit to de-annex from Berkeley Township. So now, under a statutory process, it has to be reviewed by the mayor and council. I think there's a referral that'll end up going to the planning board. They do an investigation as to all the ramifications, and ultimately it comes back to the mayor and council, and it can only be done by ordinance. So there will have to be public hearings on the issue and discussion, and then ultimately a vote by the mayor and council.
Okay, so there will be.
There has to be, because it has to be done by ordinance. So there has to be a first reading. You know, I'm sure there'll be discussions before a first reading, you know, obviously. In terms of the planning board, I'm not so sure of their process, if they have to have a public hearing or a public meeting, but I know there's a referral process to the planning board also. I would suspect they have a public hearing on it as well, or I don't want to speak out of turn. We just got the petition, reviewing the statute as to the procedure, but basically that's the format.
Now, you mentioned litigation.
Well, this was litigation, it's now.
I know but now going forward, does that need to be litigated at all, or no?
Well, it depends. So whatever the decision of the mayor and council is, there's potential for litigation.
Or you mean if they say no?
Or say yes. You still have, you know, there's potential for litigation. Yeah, definitely, if we say no, obviously they'll appeal our decision.
But if we
So
say yes,
let's
who would litigate?
Like I said, we're still studying it, but if we say yes, I don't know that Berkeley Township can file another suit or not. I don't
Oh, you're
know.
thinking Berkeley might.
Of course.
Okay.
I don't know if it ends with the Supreme Court of New Jersey or not. I don't know what else, you know, I can't speak for them.
Right.
Or if there are other avenues they can pursue.
Okay, well, I speak for any number of people, I'm sure, who just want to be kept informed as
Of course.
to what all the little particulars are.
Of course. And the other thing I'll also say, and I know the mayor and council are gonna get inundated with people they meet on the street or whatever. I've already.
I'm surprised there are more people here tonight, quite honestly.
Well, I told my wife I won't be home till at least 9 o'clock. But in any event.
So you have a
So I
couple of
may-
years.
Yeah, I may be wrong, so, but I've advised, obviously, the mayor and council, they just can't discuss it, with anybody, because, again, it's potential and threatened litigation. But there has to be a public process, and obviously, the public will be kept informed, and there'll have to be public hearings. That I can tell
This would
you.
be the place, I think, if somebody says something to me, I'm gonna say, come here.
Sure, but again, if a specific question is going to be asked, like, what's going on? Well, no, what's going on, the answer is, well, there's a process, and
Right.
I think, like I said, I'm pretty positive it's got to be referred to the planning board. They have to do a due diligence, they send a report back to us, and then we have to do it by ordinance. There has to be public hearing, public input, and then it's done by ordinance.
Great, thank you.
Sure, no problem.
Any other public comments? Yes. Phil?
Good evening. Dr. Philman, 3068 Decatur Avenue, Seaside Park. I'm really glad to hear that there will be a public process on the annexation. I would hope that if a benefit cost analysis has not been done, that there will be one done, particularly looking at the costs associated with annexation, because it will call for more police, more sanitation staff, local roads, the impact on education. Across the board, there's going to be, an impact offset by, of course, any rate rules that come in. So I would hope that as a part of your public process that you'll share that kind of information to educate the taxpayer that this could benefit us or could not. So that's all I have to say.
Thank you.
Yes. Joanne?
Joanne Penn, 208 Cape Court, Seaside Park. Several weeks ago, I don't have exact date, we had a massive gas leak on Cape Court and K Street, and he had to be evacuated. And I would like to publicly thank the police and fire department for what they did that night. It was very scary, and they did a fabulous job, so I just wanted to thank them publicly for that. The other thing that I'm not sure where this goes, but we've been having over in our section a lot of work being done by the electric company. They've been doing a lot of things, not quite sure what they're doing, but we're getting phone calls from West Penn Power, which they're calling us and telling us that the power is going to be shut off and they're going to be working in the area. And it was accurate. I mean, they did, and they came and they worked for 2 days, and the power was not off the first day, was off the second. My concern is that we're getting these from this West Penn Power, and I didn't know who it was, and I wasn't sure if it was a scam or not. I don't know who knows who it is, but it was for Jersey Central. Now, the other day, I got another one saying that the work scheduled for this coming Monday, which I never got one saying there was, is being canceled due to the amount of rentals in the area. And so, I don't know what's going on with it. I don't know if somebody can help me with who they are. Do they let you know that they're gonna be working?
So JCP&L is a subsidiary of First Energy, as is West Penn Power, Potomac Edison, Mon Power. There's a whole list on First Energy's website of all their subsidiaries.
Okay,
And so maybe they're just consolidating some of these to a certain call center to push it out.
okay. It's just very confusing because you don't know who they are. And yet they follow through, so we knew that they were
Yeah.
real. But do
Yeah.
they notify the town that they're gonna be doing this work? No. Not at all. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, they notify the residents, I believe, that are going to be affected by whatever they're doing.
Thank you.
Thank you, Joanne. Any other public comments? Yes, Alan?
Alan Mobley at 1450 O Street. I just want to thank all the council members for their giving information to us today, at least to me. I don't know about anybody else, but to me it was enlightening. Thank you. And Steve, thank you for giving us a roadmap of what the steps are going to be. Thank you.
Thank you, Al.
Thank you, Alan. Thank you.
Any other public comments? Hearing none, I would entertain a motion from the council, unless the council has anything further for adjournment.
Motion.
Motion by Councilmember Condos,
I'll second it.
second by Council President Wilk. Roll call.
Councilmember Condos?
Yes.
Council President Wilk?
Yes.
Councilmember Anfield?
Yes.
Councilmember Connor?
Yes.
Councilmember Kraft?
Yes.
Councilmember Rotunda?
Yes.
Motion approved.
Thank everyone for coming out this evening.